Welcome back. This is a case study. We're going to show you kind of a way to build shelves, how do you connect information to an indirect area so people can memorize things more easily. So first of all, we're going to talk about like this case study. So maybe this is a 10-digit number that an employee or you need somebody to memorize. It may not be like here I suggested that it's something like to open up a safe or some other number that you need to use regularly. It might be an accounting number. That's a regular number that we have to memorize. So when we get into this, in the next step here, we're going to show you the number, and I'm going to give you about 10, 15 seconds to look at it and see if you can memorize it. So here's the number. All right. Do you think you can actually repeat that 10-digit number? I think probably most people in about 10, 15 seconds would have trouble memorizing that number. So the idea is that how do we build shelves to teach people how to build that number? So let's try it again. Let's try to memorize that number. Here's another way. We'll try it. So again, here's another 10 seconds and we'll try something a little different. So again, were you able to memorize that number? Like, did you actually memorize it? Or are you, and then the cat shows up. So it probably makes it more difficult to memorize that number. So the question is are you thinking about what the cat needed for dinner, whether you left your cat at home or you think about somebody else's cat? So basically, when we're building content, we want to make sure that we're teaching the exact content. We do want anything else on the slides. We don't want to present anything else in there just because it's cute. So just be aware of that. Like when we add other things in there, it makes it harder for people to remember things. So let's build a shelf for this number. So first of all, let's introduce that there's 365 days in a year. So that's something we're all familiar with. Again, there's 52 weeks in a year. So again, we're tying it in through to the year. So we know there's 52 weeks. The other thing is if you work, if you get paid bi-weekly, you're going to get paid 26 pay periods in a year. There's 7 days in a week. There's 5 work days. And there's 2 days in a weekend. That is your number. So that's how you build a shelf to build a shelf that's indirect to the information that you're teaching. So it's pretty easy to remember. So we got to remember just how many days in the year there are. We know that. We know how many weeks there are in a year. We also know how many pay periods there are in a year. If you're working bi-weekly, that might be a little sticky point. You know there's 7 days in a week. And you also know there's 5 days in a week, and then there's 2 days on the weekend. So basically, that's your 10-digit number. It is 365 uh, 5226752. All right, so let's quick summary for everything that we've talked about. This makes sure that we understand there's only really two channels to get information into your brain, and that's either that you're usually seeing it or you're hearing it. So it's visual or audible. New information needs the connection. We need to either use prior experiences or need to build one for the learner. And we need to limit the amount of stimulus that's coming in each channel to make it for the learner to be able to learn material, make it stick easier. All right, we'll see you in the next one.